Where would you rank a new player on this tier list? That's incorrect. It's actually S tier. You want to know why? Because content, that's why. Hello and welcome to the Lethal Company employee tier list. Today, I'm going to rank every type of teammate based on how much I enjoy playing with. Going into A tier is the pro. The pro never buys a flashlight. A quota below 2,000 is a bad run. They will spend more time on Titan than on the low moon somehow. And they can completely carry an entire run solo. The only downside of having a pro player on your team is the fact that it makes it harder for the other players to feel like they're doing something. If you've ever joined an online lobby and someone's running around just carrying the absolute game for you, yes, it's fun because you know you're going to reach a high quota, but it does take some of the challenge out of the game, which does suck. Next up, and going into the D tier, is the troll. They may as well be another monster in the game. These players cannot be trusted. You'll find out that player pretty instantly. And honestly, as long as you're not the target of some of their jokes, it is pretty funny because the funny moments will occur to your other teammates. However, they will never be quiet when needed. If you're walking back, it's 11 o'clock, you're going to finally make quota, you best believe they're calling out to the dogs and running to the ship, leaving you behind. These players are super funny to have on your team if you're recording videos, and if not, it is the worst experience of all time. D tier. Another player going into the A tier is the looter. The looter won't wait for the drop. They don't have time for that. They're going straight in. They run straight in with nothing in their inventory, no flashlight, no nothing. They want a full inventory. They run in, grab absolutely everything they can, and while you're waiting for your flashlight, they've already done 3 loads before you even enter the building. These players are awesome to have on your team. The only downside of having a looter on your team is the fact that all the easy to grab loot is gone. You're going to have to go deep into the building to find just one little piece of scrap, just so you feel like you're contributing. A tier. Going into C tier is security. This employee keeps everyone alive. No man or woman left behind. No one's left behind. This person heads in with a shovel and a flashlight, and you best believe if there's a shotgun, they're going to be using it. The only downside of a player like this and why I rank them so low is because I want the shotgun. And guess what? 9 times out of 10, if you're getting a shotgun, there's only going to one of them. And I want it. That's why this player ranks really low. Now for this next person, which is the Overwatch, or as I like to call it, the guy on the chair, they can be split into 2 spots. Either 1, A tier, or 2, D tier. They are either the best player in the team or the worst. This player is always the last person alive. They hate the dogs at night, but if they know what they're doing, they can be an absolute game changer. I've played times where you'll literally be walking around and you could probably close your eyes. They're telling you which way to go, this way over the walkie. Next thing you know, it hits a certain time and they're teleporting everyone back. It's awesome. They are so good to have in a team. Or on the flip side, you've got someone who type it in chat, guys, I'll sit in the chat, and they don't even have a mic. Experiences like that suck. And then at the end of the day, you're pretty much playing a player down, which sucks. They can either do with the best or the worst player in your team. So it's either A or D tier. For this sake, I'm going to put it in A tier because I feel like most people that do it are pretty good. Next up, and going into B tier, is the comedic relief. This player is willing to sacrifice their life for the funny moment. This player, you'll run in, if it's really tense or really funny, they'll just run over a landmine. Just random. They're just, hey, don't worry about it. Funny moment, has everyone laughing. They don't mind if they're dead. Let's be honest, they probably have a second monitor that they're actually playing another game on, or they're watching a YouTube video on. But honestly, that's fine by me if we're having a good time. Don't ever give this player the mask because you best believe they're putting it on, and make sure you keep a good distance because you want to get caught in the crossfire. Overall, B tier, great player to have on your team. Now, it's time for the employee of the month. This is the pro player. If you put 4 of them in competition and only one of them could be the best. This player, it could be 10 o'clock at night and they are still going for another run. They are constantly the most profitable. Honestly, they're a bit of a tryhard, which, let's be honest, that does drop them a little bit, but they are that good at the game that honestly it's quite questionable if they're actually cheating or not. This player is awesome to have in your team. I've only had one player, and honestly, he was like glitching through the ship wall to get there quick. Like, he wanted an extra 10 seconds in the building, so he would glitch out of the wall and jump off the ship early when you're still able to. These players are awesome to watch. It's honestly kind of cool just to see them, how much stuff they can do. They're striving to get the max loot on every moon. These players are the people pushing the game to the absolute max, and that's why these players deserve to go on S tier. And if you have one on your team, it is a great experience, but honestly, just stay in the ship, let them do all of it, maybe throw on a YouTube video or something, I don't know. Next up, and going in C tier, is the modder. These players I've had a lot of time with. Honestly, most people nowadays, the game's been out long enough that most people are modding the game. which means if you're trying to find a random server, you can't even log on if you're just playing normally. Because there's no way for us to display got a modded game or not, it's hard for us to join. Because if you join, you don't have the exact correct mods, you can't play. They're always saying which mods are the best and which aren't. And honestly, 9 times out of 10, the one that they say is funny is some really niche and kind of weird mod. They create a fun experience and they do share some of the cool stuff that you can play and add to the game. Honestly, C tier, but if they suggest good mods, they can definitely get higher. Next up is Mr. Walkie Talkie. This player's going on C tier. They secretly hate being alone and they make sure everyone is communicating properly. At the end of the day, being able to talk to players across the thing is good, but guess what? Sometimes I don't want to talk to you. Sometimes I just want to walk around the building running from a bracken. They use code words and they are easy to troll. Go quiet for 5 minutes, see what happens. They'll freak out, look on the cameras, go even one better. Stay still, look the same way, and just put your hands off the keyboard. They'll freak out thinking the whole team's dead. These players are easy to troll and they're good fun to play with. They are good sometimes when it's getting later on in the night and you're actually wondering where everyone else is, but 9 times out of 10, they may as well just be in there with you. Next up is the Brave Employee. This employee goes in B tier. Their favorite upgrade on the ship is the inverse teleporter because their point of view is that it gets you in there sooner. My point of view is, why on earth would I want to go in with no items and just be randomly stuck with the monsters? Screw that. They love it. They want to get in there quick. They never buy a flashlight because why would I waste an extra item slot? That's an extra piece of scrap. But okay, you do that. I'm gonna take my flashlight. They make me look bad. That's why they're B tier. These players are brave. This is not even a horror game to them. I mean, it's not really a horror game, but they don't get scared. They don't get anything. The creepy music start playing. They go, wow, that's some great music. These players are crazy. They get in, they get it done. Pretty fun to have on your team, but they'll just pop out of the darkness, scanning their way through the building. Good player to have, but they make you look bad. B tier. The next player I thought I would mention is the Too Much Equipment Employee. This player's gone straight to D tier. These players have no rooms for any scrap or items. They think needing a jetpack and pro flashlight and a boombox at the entrance and walkie-talkie is what's needed. Guess what? We're not even making it past the first quota. You don't need all of it. They can deal with any situation, which is good on later maps, but spoiler alert, they're not making that map because they can't even afford to go there because they've bought 3 jetpacks. They waste too much money and they never get to the later quotas because they don't have scrap spare. It is fun though, because sometimes if you need a really niche item, they probably have it. But besides that, I think they end up wasting money than actually going and getting stuff done. D tier. Next up is the Decorator. In my last video, I made a joke saying that if you decorate your ship, the more decorations you have, the more loot will spawn. A lot of you actually believe that. I actually felt bad. I won't even lie, for like a week, I felt kind of bad. But reality is, if you're one of these players, you actually don't like leaving the ship. This isn't Sims, this is Lethal Company. Get in there, work for the company. They get annoyed when people move their stuff. Good luck getting any equipment or going to a later moon because the moment you look at the computer, there's no money. Oh my god, where is it? Turn around, there's a table. The ship does look pretty good. I won't lie. The ship with this player with you looks good. But the reality is they waste all the money on too much stuff. This is worse than the too much equipment. At least he's got a jetpack and a flashlight. This guy's just got a table and a lamp. Like, that's helping nobody. D tier. Last but definitely not least is the Carrier. May as well be called the aircraft carrier, whatever you want to call it. They spend more time running items back and forth than being inside the building. Honestly, I love these players. A tier because I secretly think they're scared of going inside and that's why they're not actually helping. They just want to move items. They think, yeah, let's get this really good chain going, but actually they're scared of going in. They want to leave early because they're scared of dogs and stuff like that. But honestly, great teammate low-key. I hate running stuff back and forth from the ship. I want to stay in the action, having fun. So this person lets you get away with that. Honestly, A tier, but I think overall could be higher if they sometimes go in. But I think they're scared. So there you go. That is the official confirmed player tier list of Lethal Company. Honestly, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you disagree or agree with anything I said, or you think the rankings should be different, or you think of any different players that I should add, let me know down below. What player do you think you are? That's kind of interesting. Maybe it's good with that. What player do you think you are? Let me know down below. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you in the next one.